I've never taken video here before.
Never been here in life.
Oh, wow.
Right, good evening, everybody. Thank you guys for coming out to our special meeting. Today, I called a special meeting to take care of some critical issues. As you can see, I do not have a quorum. Two trustees have opted out of showing up to a special board meeting. We have very, very important things to take care of, and I'm gonna read it off the agenda. First, I'm gonna give acknowledge. The attorney is here, Tiffany Nelson. And also Clerk Wells, and Trustee Resignation, and also Highway Commissioner. Everyone is present, so we are missing Trustee Carmen and Trustee Chris. Is both missing. First, I'm gonna read the message to you. Okay, as you guys know, you have seen us call 7 different meetings. 4 of them was regular scheduled board meetings, and 3 was special board meetings. Unfortunately, each time the Board of Trustees, the 2 individuals, Trustee Carmen and Trustee Chris, did not attend either board meeting. Caused us to not have a quorum, as you guys know how our government works. We cannot move forward with business, we cannot pay bills, we cannot do a lot of things if the board members do not show up. I know they give you all this mixed emotions, this mixed information as it relates to we just do things. We do not move without board approval. When the board approves things, then things get taken care of, like insurance. The insurance have been on the agenda several different times. Each time, no one has shown up but myself, the clerk, and Trustee Carmen. I have tried with all my heart to keep the services going here at Thornton Township. All the special meetings that were called were to handle critical issues such as insurance, budgets, and also the tax levy. Yet, 2 trustees have opted out to showing up to any meetings that we have called under our township. But when they called a meeting, they called a special meeting last Friday, and they held it at Dog Park. Y'all know, no way that I would want to go to Dog Park. But what did I do as your leader? I still showed up, and I still took care of the business before me. Because my job is to do my job. Not care about fighting, not care about who like who. My job is to show up and take care of the people's business, which we need. When we call meetings, people don't show up. And as you know, just to explain a little further for those that don't understand what's going on before you. Our board is gridlock. Lately, there have been 2 to 2. Myself, Trustee Gray Evans, against Trustee Chris and Trustee Carmen. So if it's gridlock, we cannot move anything. That means bills, pay any type of insurance. We can't do the things that's needed to stay above board. Today's meeting was also handling insurance, the budget, and the tax levy, which is supposed to be filed by December 31st, for those that follow government. Every government entity, whether you're the library, park, school, or a village or a city, has a deadline of December 31st to pass your tax levy. That is the taxes that's levied for people to operate in the following year. At this point, this is where we come to an end. Tomorrow, we will have to make the hard decisions of shutting down all of our other buildings. We will have to make the hard decision of not picking up residents as it relates to them going to the doctor, to the grocery store, or anywhere else that they choose to go. I am asking for everyone to pray for my township, to pray for everyone to unharden their hearts, and to pray that this too shall pass, and when it passes, it's for the benefit of the people. Also, we had on there the tax levy today, which is to pass it before the 31st, which is tomorrow, guys. So if we do not pass our budget and our tax levy, how do we move forward as a township? As but not least, the most important thing that we needed to pass today is our insurance. As you can see, it took a minute for us to get someone else to take us on as it relates to insurance coverage, and we have it on the agenda this evening to be voted on. We had this on there about 2 months ago to approve insurance, which was nothing but renewal. And they did not come to a board meeting to renew the insurance. when we didn't have to go searching for a new carrier. Once they didn't come, we put it on there again. And it was an extension saying that they allow us to expand into a certain date. They still didn't show up. Therefore, we had to look for a new carrier. Finally, we found a new carrier. And that's what you see before you. The meeting that they called, we didn't have a carrier, which was that last Friday. We have a new carrier now, today, Monday. So we have the opportunity to fix what they have broken, which is come here and vote for the much needed insurance to keep the township operating. And that goes for, once again, to keep our buildings open, to also allow us to pick up our seniors, to take them where they need to go. We cannot move forward due to the fact of the Board of Trustees playing these games and not showing up to board meetings to handle the business. If they call a meeting, I show up. If I call a meeting, why aren't you here? Why aren't you taking care of the people's business? I need the residents to pay attention to what's before them, and I need you to pay attention to facts and not get involved in all the fiction, the false stories that's out here in the world as it relates to clickbait. I need us to come together and demand that the Board of Trustees show up to board meetings. I am now today calling for the resignation of Carmen Carlisle and also Chris Gonzalez. They should resign from office because clearly you do not want to do this job. Clearly you do not care about the residents of Thornton Township, let alone the seniors or the youth. Clearly, it is the election coming up. I know you guys have seen all the mess and scrutiny going on with that as well, but that too shall pass. I will speak now to the caucus. Today we did have court for the caucus. You guys know I am suing Napoleon Harris and also Dot's organization for that illegal, unconstitutional meeting that they held on December 3rd. That was improper, and that was voter suppression at its highest level. I don't commend that, I would not accept that, and I don't wish that on anybody. And I need the residents to stand up and have a voice as it relates to you being the voiceless on December 3rd. Today, I'm going to allow the residents to speak. I do want to hear from you. I know it's not a board meeting, but I always come to a meeting just to hear the residents and also take care of the business. I would never mute you. I would never hold you out in the cold, and that's the part that y'all should understand. That individual is your comedian. That individual is your senator. So he still neglected the residents and had you standing outside despite who you was voting for. I know I came 500 strong with residents, with cars and buses, and you was out there. I get it, but you should allow people to see the truth of what it is. Because if you thought you was going to win, you would have let the people win, and you did not do that. So shame on you, Napoleon. Next, I want you guys to know I love y'all. And there's nothing you can ever do about it. I love the good, the hateful, and even the naysayers. I'm always take care of you. I'm always be your super mayor. I'm always come prepared and ready to take care of the business, despite people's opinion of what's going on around you. I want you guys to stay prayed up this season. Go into a season with love, lead with love. I always say this. And don't let people harden your hearts. Get the facts for yourself. Seek the truth. And news, please. Do your research. Stop just reporting things because somebody get on the news that don't live in our township, don't live in our village, and you guys allow them to say negative things about our city or our township, and they are not part of neither one. Like, that's not right. I don't like that you guys are constantly putting us in a negative light, despite all the facts that we showed you and give you. Just like with the insurance, we showed you guys, the trustees, neglecting their duty to come and vote for the insurance. We showed you that, and you still didn't show the people that they are the ones that stop insurance at Thornton Township. So shame on you, news. Hopefully it'll be a better year. Also, we had an event about an hour 30 minutes ago, from 12 to 3. It was our seniors' New Year's party. I haven't seen not one of these cameras there. It's amazing that you guys come here for the mask, for the drama, or the show, but you won't come and showcase the good that we do. And here's for other residents that really appreciate what I do for the township, that along with the clerk and the trustee, Darlene Gray ever does for the township. But you don't come and showcase them people. And I've noticed too, some people give you interviews and you don't even put the good stuff that they say on the news. But yet you put anybody that's a hater or don't like whatever they see or whatever someone told them, you put them on the news and they don't live here. But with that being said, I'm going to people to get up, and you have 3 minutes, you can address this body. Of course, we're gonna allow you to put your 3 minutes on record. I will, try something up for those that have something to say, and hopefully they will hear you and allow you to be heard at a national level and not just the negativity. So, if anybody would like to address this body, you have 3 minutes. You can go to the podium and say whatever you like.
Good evening. Good evening to the residents, supervisors, and board. What we see tonight is the incapacitation of this government. You have 2 trustees that are refusing to come to a meeting to handle business. And let's just dispel the lie that it's about an appointment. An appointment I do not see listed on this agenda. However, an appointment cannot take place, if I read the statute correctly, until this board accepts the resignation of Jerry Jones. And I believe I missed maybe 1 township meeting so far, and I've yet to see that on the agenda. So for the news media to put that out, that this is the reason why the trustees are not coming, because they don't want to vote on an appointment, that is false. There's no appointment on this agenda. But what we do have on this agenda is a tax levy. I'm going to tell you, tax levy is very important to pass. As a former elected official from the Village of Dixmoor, we failed to pass our tax levy. And that hurt us for an entire year. That's going to incapacitate this township. This is no longer about supervising anything. This is about each and every resident that lives in this township that is entitled to the services that they pay taxes for. So I agree, those trustees are to resign. They should resign.
Come on up.
Okay, I understand Thomas, I'm from Nashville. I ain't get agenda today, but this is my concern, I'm gonna talk to the attorney. If we have, the trustees not coming to vote on the critical issue, what do you all do? What's the next step? Can you all override them? What's the next step? Because they missed 3, 4, 7 meetings. It seems like such has been done right now to override them. I know I'm sure other towns had this issue before. So what do? You just sit here and wait and just hope they'll show up?
I'm sorry, are you asking what
Yeah, I mean, your question, what do you, as a attorney, what's your advice?
I can't disclose what advice I give my counsel.
Well,
I would waive attorney-client privilege, I cannot disclose that. I can't
Well-
disclose any advice that I give to my clients that waives attorney-client privilege.
Okay, who is your client? I'm sorry. Are we your client? My question is, if her hands are tied as supervisor, because the trustees not coming, then that means services to us is not being done. So my question is, you said attorney accountability. What about to us? So I'm saying, what do we do? What do you all do to override this situation? We keep letting it go on. Now we're going to 2025 with the same problem?
Ma'am, I only give advice. As an attorney, I don't dictate policy, I don't dictate.
So what advice would you give?
I cannot tell you.
Okay, Tim, what advice did you give for us to move forward, the trustees not going, the trustees not being for 6, 7 meetings? What advice that you gave, where we can move forward to get this insurance taken care of and get these services back in place? What advice that you gave? I need to know. So it's affecting all of us back here behind me. What advice can you give? What can we do about it?
She said that I can't answer.
Okay. Okay.
But I totally agree with you, and that's where I'm at.
All I can say is what the township code actually says. The township code says if a board member misses 5 regular board meetings, it does specify regular board meetings, then there is a process for them to potentially be revoked, and there is a process that is within the township code. So I can tell you to consult the township code. I cannot tell you what advice that I have given the client that would waive attorney-client privilege. I am not the holder of the privilege. I cannot waive the privilege.
Okay, and you didn't answer my question either. Oh, so we got applicant. Well, do y'all hold that hand out to look at?
that's what she's saying. The code says that they miss 5 regular scheduled board meetings, that they can be removed.
What I mean, they miss?
They miss 7.
They miss 7 already.
3 is, special, and then the regular is 4.
So we need one more.
So there's one more meeting to miss, and I told her, that's like I'm telling you, which is, I said that's a load of crap. I think that people, once they miss 7 meetings, you abandon your job. That's like you being in charge, and you have a board, and they don't show up 7 different times, to try to fix the situation. They should get fired, you will not have a job. There's no call, no show at that point.
First, I want to point out that this meeting was called as a special board meeting, so the trustees should not be penalized for missing this meeting. This is not a regularly scheduled board meeting. Tiffany, you're still calling Carmen Carlisle out of her name. It's no wonder that she doesn't show up. I mean, that's very unprofessional and it's hostile. You talk about the insurance, you just said in Friday's meeting that they didn't have an insurance quote, but you have one now. So if that was the case, all those meetings that they missed that you were saying the insurance was ready, it wasn't, because you just said they didn't have a quote, even as recent as Friday. They just had one today, or just had one as of today, so that's a contradiction. Attorney, I would like to know why you still show up, and this is just an honest question, we know that there's not a meeting, why are we still paying attorneys to act in their capacity at a meeting that's not a regularly scheduled board meeting? Do you also show up at special board meetings? I mean, is that the answer?
I show up when my client asks me to be here.
Okay. Okay, I'm just wondering because it just seems like a misuse of funds if there's no meeting and essentially no reason for you to be here, but thank you for answering. Also, Tiffany, you talk about insurance. You know, there were still cars spotted on Christmas Eve, Thornton Township buses in Hammond, or I'm not sure if it was Hammond, but it was definitely Indiana. So can you explain why the township buses were still operating on Christmas Eve with no insurance out of state?
You're not a township resident.
Thank you for saying that. I actually am. So be careful what you say, Tiffany, because you're inciting violence. You're making it unsafe for me. I am a Thornton Township resident, and I have every right to come up here and speak about things that directly affect my tax dollars. I don't understand why you're so upset that we're wanting to have a voice with regard to how our money is spent. What do you expect us to just look the other way while you go on a spending spree with our tax dollars? Not to mention, you talk about the caucus, you're in here electioneering. This is not a meeting. You should not be speaking about any strategies or anything that happened at the caucus. That is electioneering and that is illegal. Illegal. Okay? I do live in the township, but I'm not going to keep responding to you. Why are you ghost payrolling? Why are you getting paid for the township, but you're always at the village of Dalton? Answer that, William Moore. Why are you always at the village of Dalton, but you're paid by Thornton Township as a full-time employee? That is ghost payrolling. Can anyone answer that? Now, please answer that for me. Why you're always at the village of Dalton and you're being paid by Thornton Township?
This is about the township, ma'am.
Okay, but I'm asking you, why aren't you here when you're being paid by the township? You're always at the village of Dalton volunteering. How is that possible?
I'll answer that.
All right, your
How is that possible?
time is up. Thank you.
Okay, thank you.
All right, another resident that don't live in Thornton Township. And also, as it relates to insurance, I need to clear this up with insurance. As we stated, when we went to that special meeting, we told you, once we get the quote for the insurance, we will call a special meeting. It's on the record. And we called a special meeting once they gave us the quote saying, hey, we are going to insure you. We've been working on this, and we finally get it. And today is the day to vote for the the insurance.
Happy New Year's, everyone. My name is Kay Fox, 1X. Attorney, I'm glad you're here for support of our mayor. And, you all got, I'm nervous, number one, but I'm just happy to be here. And I think everybody should start supporting what we got and come together. And if you don't like what's going on, that's the procedure of voting.
Yeah.
And if you come to the meetings, whether you say nay or yay, but you still show up, because your no it's just like the same thing as you not being here, but you're here. So why everybody, well, I'm not gonna say everybody, but why some people are targeted on there, they targeted our whole system. They broke our system because they was targeting one person. You know, they had a system for voting. Like I said, you vote your presidents, your elected officials, your senators, your governors, your mayor. If you don't like it, go with the system and stop breaking what we got. You know, because this is a change for me. I ain't never seen nothing like this before in my life.
So I wanted to hear it for myself. I was sorry to hear you all attacked like I saw on the news. I'm sorry to see you attacked too. But one thing I know, I'm retired from the Postal Service as a manager. And no matter who calls the meeting, if your subordinate, if that person ahead calls a meeting, I don't care what kind of meeting it is, you go. You don't say, you don't have the option to say, oh, I'm just not going. And if you're representing other people, you definitely go.
Why does Tiffany, even with all of her problems, why does she get all that attention? And we have unsolved murders here in Harvey. We have police follow us around for just asking questions about how our money's spent. Like, what? I'm not downplaying any of the bad things that maybe Ms. Henry has done or has been accused of doing, but something's not right. We need to just get the right things happening. So I don't care about personalities. I just want people to get it done with it. And something that bothered me with the lawyer too, I don't know the legalities, but that did bother me when people were asking you questions, and then they said that, okay, why can't you say anything? Oh, I can't, something about my client. But I agree with the first lady where she said, wait, aren't we your client? Because I find for all the boards, whether it's Harvey, Township, Dalton, pretty much everywhere, it's almost like this scheme, this scam, where the lawyers, they act as the personal defense attorneys for the politicians. So,
Good evening, everyone. My name is William. I am a South Holland resident, and to our mayor, to our supervisor, and to our board, and to our residents, all's not lost. So to the young lady who says she lives here, there's going to be an election come up. If she lives here, she has to voice her opinion. I know she doesn't live here.
I do live here.
Okay, no argument. When we go to the polls, while the young man and this young lady who's been videoing all this time, getting clicks, there's real people's lives being affected here. We do over 50 events for seniors, for youth, for single moms, single dads, handicapped, all inclusive. Every event that we've held in Thornton Township, we've never had any events, never an arrest, never anyone out of order. So you as a resident, you're saying this is what we want. What's fair is this: go to the polls and make certain that your voice is heard. And what's fair is that if these are the services that you deserve, go to the polls. Don't let them get the clicks. The clicks is what they are. But I refuse to be a township resident and allow people like this to come into our town and play nickel-dime games with my real life. I refuse to do that. So what's important is that we went to the caucus, now she want to be disruptive. Give me 3 minutes, ma'am. Give me my 3 minutes. We went to a caucus, and we went to the caucus. And what's more important is that our rights were violated. This is 2024. Okay? So why is it that in 2024 we have someone suppressing our votes of civil rights? That's what's more important. But we must come out. If you can sign an affidavit, if you have not.
Is there anybody else? Okay, can we include you?
When somebody is talking,
Yeah,
when
that's fine.
somebody is talking, just give them respect.
Yeah.
Not over talking to them.
I agree.
We have to be respectful to everybody. You might not agree with everybody, but they're saying, but be respectful. Now, when this man was talking, he was talking. But when you were talking, we gave you the same
so much. So look, that's
So,
it.
no,
I
she did the
already
same
said,
thing.
that
She just did the same
Yeah,
thing.
that is
So I'm just
it.
gonna say,
I thank everybody for coming
resident,
out
and I
today.
appreciate people saying
This is
that
a problem.
I
Now, I
am.
see why you got security in the building.
Again, so I'm gonna say what I say. I'm never on the order because
This is not your meeting, you're out of order. Thank you, thank you. That's the problem. Now, I get, this is why people have security, this is why people be at mics, because you got people always out of order. So anyway, I'm gonna conclude with this. I gave everybody the right and the respect to be heard, because it's no meeting. I don't have to sit here and listen to it, right? But it's up to the board members to show up. Either way, you vote no or yes. You have that option. If you vote no, it does not pass at all. You just show up and it fails. So it's no reason for no one not to show up to a board meeting, because as I stated, the grid line is 2 to 2. It'll be 2 votes on one side, 2 votes on the other, and it will not move. So for you not to show up is childish, and I think they're playing with residents' lives, and the residents starting to see that. I just hope y'all hear that and are actually putting the truth out and not fake information. That's all I want moving forward. The truth to be out and not lies, because people trying to get clicks and views off of drama and not reality. Reality is they're not taking care of the business of the people. That's our reality. So I'm gonna conclude with, thank you guys for coming out. I wanna thank everybody for allowing us to utilize Harvey Chambers here to host this meeting due to the fact we don't have insurance. Tomorrow will be a sad day for Township. I hate to bring the New Year's in like that, but we will have to stop a lot of services at Thornton Township. And all I'm saying is, wake up, guys. 2025 is gonna be the year of exposure for all politicians. I'll say that. I'm doing my cat there now, but I'm just letting y'all know, because somebody got to tell somebody something. Somebody got to show you the yellow brick road and show you the way to what the mess has been. Because I'm tired of people pointing fingers. I'm tired of being on mute. I know lawyers and everybody, they put you on mute a lot. I will say that. You saw that up here. Sorry, turn, but they do. They put you on mute. But I am still going to show my truth and lead you to the breadcrumbs that's right before you, but you're just not paying attention. So thank you. I love you. And there's nothing to do about it. Have a safe holiday. And leave the love, guys. Stay prayed up. Keep God first.